Destroy the launch pad! Let none escape!
Despite having a very tiny amount of screen times in a Bumblebee movie, Shockwave had definitely been one of the most awaited Decepticons to come out from the studio series. Everyone had been wanting this figure since the movie first came out. Hasbro even wanted to trick us into buying multiple figures of this Shockwave design by releasing the first core class figure Shockwave instead of a Voyager class. And from the look of this figure, it definitely doesn't disappoint. Hasbro did a very good job replicating the details that we saw from the CGI models in the movie into a plastic form for the Voyager class figures. The figure is very hefty, the build is very good. I think it's one of the best quality figures for a Bumblebee movie for studio series. Here is our studio series 110 Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie in his robot mode. You can see that he looked really good in person. Let's take a closer look at his head region first. Look at that head. I really like this light piping head. So if we actually angle this in the correct angle, we can actually see light coming through that and make his one eye over here shine up. And I thought that was really good. Not only that it looks good at the toys, but it's good at a function as well. Because I custom paint my figures so that I colors the back region over here to make them more metallic color, so they no longer have that transparent plastic. So the light doesn't really go through them anymore, but I think it still looks really good. Looking at the chest region, you can see that he has a lot of battle damage, or I try to just make him have a lot of dirtiness going throughout. So they have a lot of silver as well as rustiness colors going throughout on his surface over here to mark that he has been through too many battles. And then of course, all of those colors over here for Shockwave design, I also just give them a lot of acrylic silver paint, acrylic black paint, and acrylic rusty paint, and I just mix everything together. I just thought that the colors turned out to be really nice. I just make the molded detail pop a lot more in comparison to just a plastic color from the original. Look at this chest over here. So this chest over here also have just transparent plastic, but you can see that I add in a lot of those paint just to mimic the strash that we actually have on the figures, because he has been through so many battles on Cybertron. I painted over most of the plastic purple color and just give him a lot of that shiny metallic and rusty surface colors going throughout, just to mimic the metal part. Look at the arm region as well, and all of those trashes. I really like how this turned out over here, especially for the shoulder region. I think this shoulder design is really fits Shockwave. You just make him look a lot beefier and a little taller as well. So later when we compare him to Soundwave, you can see that he actually looked taller than Soundwave, as well as a little beefier than Soundwave, mostly thanks to those shoulder part over here, and maybe the column region right next to his neck over here as well. And then go through the arm, you can see that again he has a lot of that metallic silver colors going throughout. It's just a metallic silver mixed with black and rusty colors. And for the hand as well, you can see that definitely the molding details, after I paint them, I feel like they got popped out a lot more. Same thing for this arm over here, but of course I'm putting his gun on here so that I couldn't see the inner arm, but the inner arm should be similar to this arm over here as well. And as for the gun, you can see that I also custom painted similar to the main body. So same thing with just silver, black and rusty colors all mixed together. Look at that. I really like how the gun turned out as well. So you can see that originally those guns were just gray plastic colors or black plastic color, but after I paint in the silver and rusty, I definitely see that the molded detail, especially for the gun cannon over here, the mold just got shown off a lot more, similarly to whatever details that we got on the big arm over here as well. Down here we have the cross region similar to the chest region over here. I just try to make the color consistent. The cross area over there also have some scratches on there. All of the legs also got covered. Initially they were kind of silver looking along with just plastic looking as well. There's some silver on there, but not all of them are silver. And then I just mix everything with the same color, just give them the same metallic look, but not shiny metallic, just rusty beat up metallic. Similarly to all of the region inside the legs over here as well. You can see that they still have a lot of rustiness colors in there. I just really like how that look for the inner details, so I just leave them there. And then you can see a little of rustiness colors going throughout for those knee joints area as well. Here's the inner legs again, and the back of the figures too. Mainly the back of the leg. Looking at the legs, you can see that again, a lot of battle-damage detail or dirtiness detail got painted onto the plastic surface for all of the purple area as well. So he not just bland purple anymore. The feet also got that kind of beat up metallic look. I try to make that consistent across the figures, and it really really like how this turned out. Let's look at the back of the figures a little more. The back of the leg also have the same colors at the reverse region as well as the crotch area here. And look at all of that details on the back. Oh my gosh, these figures have a very good spinal cord. So this spinal detail just looks so good to me, especially from the back. But of course you can see that on those region, the two pads over here initially they were just purple plastic colors. I accidentally covered them with too much paint, so that's why they look like this right now. But I think it doesn't look bad. The paint doesn't come off at all. They stay in so strongly. I try to dry them off as well, but they don't come off. So that's why I just leave them like this right now. But I think it's still blended in pretty nicely, although not being totally accurate to the movie. That is how the back of the head looks. The transparent plastic colors that was part of the live piping system also got covered. But I covered this, I just think from the back of the head, it's better to look a lot more beat up silver, just metallic looking like the rest of the body. And this like that looks a lot more. So in overall, I think I really like this figure. The molded detail for this guy definitely superb. But of course, it's come as a cost, and the cost will be his articulation. So let's go over his articulation. Firstly, on the head definitely can rotate 360 very freely, as you can see in there. And when I try to make him look up, he doesn't really look up, and he barely look down as well. So the range of looking up and down is very minimal. It's mostly just look side to side and rotate 360 to look at the back like that. But of course, that doesn't look natural. And then we have the arm region over here. So the arm go out like that. Of course, you can see the gun just pop up because they basically just I got attacked by that pike in there and the hole in here. Okay, so just leave it here for now. And you can see that, of course, we have the tubes as well. The tubes will come into this part of the gun, as well as that part from the back of the figures. And you can do that to both of the arm as well, because everything is symmetrical. So you can plug in that hole as well. And then there's also peg on the other arm. So you can put that on either arm. But let's go through the articulation over here first. So it can go up that far. And then the arm can, of course, can rotate 360 right here. And then this joist over here, interestingly enough, it's kind of ratchet joint. It's go by ratchet, so it's kind of limiting the range of the articulation that we can pose him. I don't know why they make that decision. That's a little weird. And then when we go down here, we can see that the bicep can bend 90 degrees like that, and then it have a swivel down here. So it's not a bicep swivel up there, but a swivel after the bend joist over here, which is quite interesting because that doesn't really help us with posing the gun too much. Like can bend his arm to pull the gun out. And coming down here, we also have that swivel for the wrist over here, and we have the same articulation on the other arm. But also again, no bicep swivel over there, and for some reason they have like this swivel right at the knee joint. It can pull the gun out a little like that when he actually wear the gun like this, but you can't really like bring the gun outside using the bicep joint. But it's just like this, and then just turn. A little limited articulation right there for no reason. But the figure feels really solid. Every single joint feels very tight on my copy. And the ratchet joint is really good as well. So no complaint there. He's have very good build. Definitely one of the better figures out there. Feel really good in hand. And then of course, other than the arm, go to the chest region, we have waist swivel right here. That's pretty good. And then we don't have any ab crunch, but you can see that it kind of crunch when we use the leg region over there. So still works somehow. And then when we put the arm like that, go to the legs, the leg can actually go out to 180 degrees. So he can do a full split like that. Full split. And then go down here. So this is also, it's not a ratchet joint in there, it's just friction joint. But it's really tight. And the leg can go up that far. Same thing to the other leg. It can go backward that far. Yeah, same thing to the other leg as well. And as we go down here, we first have a swivel right there, and then we have a second swivel over here. It's just right above the knee. Interesting. And we have like two swivel for the legs here. And as we go to the knee can bend 90 degrees like that. But it's really nice. You can see that when it bend, it actually export the inner details from there. So they actually cover the knee. So that's look really good for this figure. Feet can bend quite a lot. So firstly, you can see that it can go tilt up a little like that until it reaches this region, and then it can tilt backward quite a lot because this is also a transformation hinge right here. And as for ankle tilt, he barely have any ankle tilt, so it's very limited because of these panels over here on the leg. It's pretty limited, but there's ankle tilt there. But in overall, pretty good articulation. As for the gun, after we attach them to the arm, they don't really have any articulation, but in here we do have this pike over here so that he can hold the weapon via just his hand right here, or that you can flip this up And then you can export that peg right there, and that peg will go into the arm over here, and then just plug it in. That is more of the natural look that I enjoy, and it's more accurate to the movie too. As for the gun itself, if this can too for some reason, and then it can tilt upward like that as well. So there's some articulation inside the gun too. The tubing itself is kind of rubbery material, so it can bend quite a lot, so it can account for a lot of pose with this guy. Although his articulation is a little limited, especially for the bicep region, he is a really good looking figure. Here is our Study Series 110 Shockwave standing next to the trumpeter Bumblebee. I think this scale worked out really nicely. And of course, we have Study Series leader of the Autobot Optimus Prime standing next to Shockwave. As I mentioned before, Shockwave is definitely a little taller and beefier than Soundwave. Study Series Shockwave definitely scaled really well with the Study Series Seekers from the Bumblebee movie. It also doesn't look bad at all in comparison to the leader of the Terrorcon skirt. And here is how Study Series 110 Shockwave standing next to most of the Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast, Autobots and Massible. Study Series Shockwave also looks really good standing next to the Decepticon and the Terrorcons for the Bumblebee movie and the Rise of the Beast movie. And here is the whole Transformer cast I actually have in my collection for the Bumblebee movie and the Rise of the Beast movie. You can see that Shockwave scaled mostly really well with all of the characters that we have in here. The Study Series is doing a very good job in making those characters.